Livingston and Tangela too, and our host Vincent Van Dahl, and he brings it to ya. Creature features and all creatures and all creatures, and the creature gonna get you tonight. You better not turn out your bedroom light. He'll grab your head and give it such a bite. You may even die, just from a fright. You ain't nothing gonna be, baby. You ain't nothing gonna be alright. 'Cause the creature gonna get you, baby. Gonna get you tonight.
Allergies.
Is it contagious? Livingston, how is this for a resume? Family Affair, My Three Sons, Green Acres, Star Trek, Charlotte's Web, The Flying Nun, Charlie Brown, The Beguiled, High Chaparral, The Brady Bunch, The Odd Couple, Night Gallery, Lassie, Breda, Bewitched, Space Academy, and there's only a tiny portion of the films and television programs. Our guest tonight, blessed with a talent, skill, and charm.
Impressive. It would appear that someone spent more of their childhood in front of the camera instead of in front of a television.
Indeed it does. Welcome to Creature Features. I'm your host, Vincent. Over to this side is my dutiful valet, Mr. Livingston, and the demure and delicate little beastie over to this side is my grave-digging little bantling, the spunky Miss Tangela. And do we have an incredible golden episode of the program in store for you tonight? First, let's chat about our guest. If you've seen any American movie or television program created between 1965 and 1980, you know this lovely young woman's face, for she was the most prominent and preeminent child actress for that magical string of years and has one of the most impressive IMDb resumes I've ever personally seen. She was even kissed on the face by Clint Eastwood in The Beguiled. Joining us tonight will be the wonderful Pamelyn Ferdin. She'll tell us what it was like sitting on Captain Kirk's lap, invigorate us with tales about working with Dr. Smith at Space Academy, and relay what Rod Serling was really like when he wasn't frightening us all with the Night Gallery. All while we chat about her appearance in tonight's movie, which is Daughter of the Mind. Have you seen it, Livingston?
Of course, I'm compelled to screen every movie you intend to air.
He can edit out whatever he thinks is inappropriate. Nevertheless, I do not now, nor have I ever intentionally selected films which feature exposed bosoms. Onward. Daughter of the Mind is a fabulous ghost story that stars Ray Milland, Gene Tierney, Ed Asner, and of course our guest Pamelyn. It centers around a man who is continuously visited by his recently deceased daughter. This wonderful tale of a wandering spirit causes quite a stir amongst younger viewers at the time it was released in 1969. Tangela says that while the movie has some clever ploys and compelling effects, it's not scary at all, and only tiny babies in diapers could be frightened by it. Right. In any case, let's get right to it, and don't you dare go away, because it shall be another night of ghostly haunted house fright right here on Creature Features. Stay tuned.
Portions of this program are brought to you by Micromat, making products that keep your Macintosh running at its best.
Welcome to Creature Features. This is going to be a wonderful night. You know why? Because we've got Pamelyn Ferdin, and we're going to show one of her films. Hi, Pamelyn.
Hello.
How was the trip up?
It was great, and this mansion is beautiful.
You know, I hear that all the time, but, I think it's a bit musty.
Oh, I think it's wonderful.
And there's ghosts in this place.
Oh, there
Unlike
are?
your ghost in this film, she's a ghost in this film. No, she's a child ghost. I find child ghosts to be the most frightening.
Yes, I was killed, and I came back
Right.
to ask my father.
You cannot spoil the film. No, we're about to start the film. She wants to give you spoilers already. No, you're going to tell us how they did the special
won't.
effects. You like special effects.
Oh,
You've been in so many things with special effects.
Yes.
Space Academy.
Yeah.
She knows Dr. Smith. Well, she knew him.
Yes.
Did-
And he was a larger than life character in real life.
He was just like that in real life, I
He was
understand.
just like that.
My goodness.
You know, because he was on
we
Broadway.
had the robot right where you're sitting. Right
Oh,
there.
seriously?
We had the robot. No, and Tangela, you haven't met her yet, but he tried to pinch Tangela with his pinchy things. True story. No. She offended him.
Okay.
I mean, imagine what kind of talent it takes to offend an actual robot. So anyways, I digress. We're going to watch this film. Anything we should watch for in the beginning?
Well, a car goes through me
You're
when
giving
I'm
away
in the middle
spoilers.
of the road.
All right.
But I just want to, well, maybe I should tell you
Let's do
after
it when we
how
come
it was
back.
done.
Watch for this scene because she's going to
Yes.
explain how it was done, right?
Yes.
And I take it a car did not actually go through you.
It almost did.
Almost did. Oh my goodness. All right, so we're going to start this film, and when we come back, Pamelyn is going to tell us how she almost died making this film you're going to watch tonight. So don't go away, and you stay there. I'm going to stay here, and if you leave, hurry back. Bye. Welcome back to Creature Features. If you're just joining us, you're quite tardy, and I don't know if we should allow them to stay. All right, you can stay. We are with Pamelyn Ferdin, who is in this film, and you just saw one of the most amazing scenes. No, that whole thing where you go, Daddy, I hate being dead. I mean, that's the worst thing a child could ever say to their parent, right?
I know.
Let me hear you do it. Do it.
Daddy, I hate being dead.
She did exactly as she did in the film. How many times did you have to do that?
Not very many.
Because you were so good,
Yes.
right? You're a
I think
professional.
so.
So you were saying before the break, in that scene, that you had to do
Well,
the whole through the car thing,
The director put me in the middle of the road.
right?
It was in a park, so there was no traffic.
Right.
But I was still in the middle of the road.
Right.
And they had a driver, a championship fast driver whose name I can't remember, but he ran the car fast and he stopped 3 feet in front of me. And I didn't even know what was happening. I just was told to stand in the
my
middle of the street
goodness.
and go, Daddy, Daddy. And this car comes at me. I was
actually
going
did
so
it?
fast, but he stopped 3 feet in front of me. And boy, I was scared then.
You could have died.
No, he was a good driver. He was a
No,
professional
but what if there
car
was like
driver.
a mechanical failure with a brake, or what if there was a ghost up there who did not like the fact that you were making a ghost film in his ghost land and decided to cut the brakes himself? I would not be sitting here with Pamelyn Ferdin, and we'd be watching some other movie like Night of the Living Dead for the umpteenth time.
And then, of course, they moved the car behind me, and then it went that way.
Now, I don't understand how
So-
they did the effect. Did they
I don't know
'Cause they
exactly
did not have
how
CGI
they did
back
that
then.
effect.
Now, well, they did not have like the whole computer graphic Star Wars thing back then.
No, they did not. So
1969.
it was a great movie of the week to be in because Ray Milland and Gene Tierney, I mean, they're
Superstar.
like icons,
Right.
superstars, and
Right.
they played my parents. And it was interesting to me because I was only 10 years old and they were older parents.
Right.
And they did that specifically because Gene Tierney at the time was getting on in years.
Right.
And so was Ray Milland.
Indeed.
But they had a 10-year-old child, and that was me. And
And they actually mention it in the script later. They say, "Oh, we had a late childhood or late parenthood."
but to work with Ray Milland and Gene Tierney,
What was he like?
he was wonderful. He was just great. And Gene Tierney, oh my gosh, what an icon! What a
Right.
gorgeous actress. And you know, that was the last thing she ever did.
No.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. What did she do after that? She just died? Or-
I don't know.
But no more movies.
I don't know. I think she just retired. Good for her. She worked
yeah,
a lot.
right.
She deserved to
She
retire.
did some major films. All right, well, what do you say we get back to this film, see what happens next, and when we come back, we have to talk about some of the other many things you did. The list is too long. I don't know where to begin. So we're going to start with your favorite, right?
Oh, I have so many favorites.
All right, we're going to start with your top favorite. But first, let's get back to the film. All right, you stay there, you guys stay there, and we'll see you on the other side of the break.
This portion of Creature Features is brought to you by CreatureFeatureStore.com, the official merchandiser of Creature Feature accessories.
Welcome back to the show. Miss Pamelyn had to step out for a moment. I think she went out to get a dog. No,
Why?
so they could compare paws. That would be something that two dog owners would do, right?
No.
All right. Well, I don't own a dog personally, so I don't know these things.
We have dogs on the property.
Well, that does not make them mine. They're hers. And we've got Fang with us now, and he's eating cheese, if you're wondering, because she normally gives him, like, healthy food, and I give him cheese. So to keep him quiet, she's feeding him cheese tonight, which is nice, right? Right?
Right.
I live with two grumpy people. This one's more grumpy than the other one. But let's do mail, right?
Let us do that.
Let's do some mail. What do we
St.
got?
Paul, Minnesota.
St. Paul, Minnesota. Have you ever been to St. Paul?
I have not.
I hear it's quite cold in the winter. I've never been. All right, this is from Tammy Draheim. We've heard from Tammy before, right? Tammy with an I?
I don't
This
think
Tammy
so.
with an I. St. Paul, Minnesota, maybe not. Hi, Vincent, Tangela, and Livingston. I watch you three, Andrew, and the guests on YouTube since Halloween night 2021. Maybe we have not. Found you there. Love the show. Way better than Elvira and Svengoolie. No offense to them. Wow, we've never been given that compliment before. Better than Svengoolie and Elvira? I think their opinion would differ, but I will take it. Way funnier with you three than the other programs I spoke of. I grew up watching Mystery Science Theater 3000. Sure, the older years of that show is funny, but you guys are way better. Love, Tammy Draheim, St. Paul, Minnesota. Well, that's awfully nice of you to say, Tammy. Although, I think a few viewers of those programs would beg to differ, right?
Perhaps.
Perhaps. All right, thanks for writing. Next up, Mr. Livingston.
I don't see a name on this.
There's no name. It's got to be a name. My name is Rick. That's the first thing he says. And there's some artwork with it as well. He goes, greetings, Vincent, Livingston, and Tangela. My name is Rick. I'm a retired diner owner cook. I've been jumping through my butt for almost 40 years. How does one do that?
Very slowly.
Jumping through my butt for almost 40 years. I've never heard this term
It's
before.
a figure of speech.
It's an American figure of speech.
Yes.
We don't say that in the UK, but I like it. Maybe we should bring it to the UK.
No.
I can see the Queen saying that. I jumped through my butt. No, I could completely see the Queen saying this. All right. And suddenly, completely for health reasons, suddenly nothing to do and not able to be in the cold, I've been staying home. I decided to follow my lifelong dream to be an artist, so I taught myself how to draw on the iPad. What's an iPad?
I'll explain it to you later.
Is it something you put on your eye?
No, it is not.
He's like the Encyclopedia Britannica for mean people, or something like that. Let's see. Creature Features has been a very significant part of the process. I turn your show on YouTube, and then it just continues to stream all day while I'm drawing. Well, I don't know how inspirational that might be. I mean, we share some pretty ghastly things. This man may turn into like a horror artist of some kind. There's too many of those. We need more Disney-like cartoonists. Right?
Read further.
All right. I turn your show on YouTube and then just continue to stream all day while I'm drawing. I do love that the instant I decide to draw you, I watch TV, take pictures of what I'm watching, and do drawings based on them. Tangela screams twice. Yeah, she only does that for fun. She never does it because she's really scared. I dig your show. You guys have a terrific chemistry, the perfect cast for the show. I really want to believe you all live together in Bodega Bay and really go out for Chinese. Brilliant stuff. We don't actually live in Bodega Bay. We are like a half a mile from the border of Bodega. Everyone calls it Bodega Bay, but technically we're just like in the county, right?
Bodega Bay is not a county.
Well, no, but I mean, Bodega Bay is the closest city to us, but technically we are outside of city limits.
I see what you're saying.
Bodega Bay, right? So, one request, Attack of the 50-Foot Woman. Yeah, we've gotten calls on this one. I don't think we can get it, right, Tom? We'll give it a shot. All right, and here's a portrait he made of us. We're going to put a bigger one up. And this is actually fairly accurate. Look how good of an artist this man is. And this is one of those nights that you wore glasses, and then your beard was grayer, and you were wearing a red button instead of a white button. Anyways, thank you so much, Rick. We appreciate it, and keep up the good, fine artwork. Last up, Mr. Livingston.
We have a gift.
A box. Since she's holding the dog,
I think you better open the
I'm
box.
going
Or
to
shall
have
I?
you pull the item out when the time is appropriate.
Very well.
This is from Kerry Horrigan. I don't know how to say your last name, Kerry. I create these while I watch your program, and they have a picture of this robot lady and these monster things. Maybe we could put a big one up. And thank you for the entertainment. I figure you can all sign it and put it on eBay if nothing else. All right, so let's show what this person made. Oh, that's incredible. Look at this.
There's Bob. He seems to be mounted on a film canister.
It's a film
And it's a nutcracker.
A nutcracker. And here's Tangela's head. And then your head and mine. No, that's a lovely portrayal of us. We're going to have to... Let's put that down so we can get a close-up of that. I create these. Also, Dee wants to come hang out with all of you. She will just sit there and stare at you. This is Dee. Right? And I have to keep a blanket over her. She wears me out, staring at me all the time. The only exception is when Creature Features is on, she's got the hots for Livingston. Dee has the hots for you. Yeah. She looks like a nice lady. Thank you all again, Kerry Horrigan. Where are you, Kerry? P.S. If you just like the way you look or present in sculpture, you're welcome to take a hammer to it. No, definitely not. This shall go in a place of honor where it deserves to be. Thank you so much for the kind gift and the kind words, Kerry. Is that it?
That's it.
That is it for mail. If you'd like to send us email, send it to the address you see over here. Or if you'd like to send us a wonderful sculpture handmade by you, send it in the post to this address. We'll be back soon with Pamelyn, but first let's get back to Daughter of the Mind.
Portions of Creature Features are brought to you by the Winchester Mystery House in San Jose, California. Explore the mystery at winchestermysteryhouse.com.
Welcome back to Creature Features. We are with the wonderful Pamelyn Ferdin. You are an actress, a voice actress. You have trained in the medical field. You do work for animal rights. And what did I miss?
I think you got it all.
Well, you're the ghost in
Isn't
this
that
movie.
enough?
You're a ghost. So you should put that on your resume as well, right? Ghost.
Yes, I was a ghost.
I can
That's
ghost.
true. Yes.
Right? And in this film, that the way you go, Daddy, that's so spooky.
I know. Even I was afraid. When I saw it on television, I'm serious, I was scared.
You were scared of yourself?
I did. Yes, I was scared. That
can that
movie
happen?
scared the living daylights out of me. And I was in it.
No, well, that's a
how
good
scary
sign.
it is.
No. There's been things that I've done where it's like, oh, I wouldn't be scared of this, and I listen to it later. It's like, oh my goodness, how did I make such a scary sound? No, so I can see that.
And I think Daughter of the Mind, that's why so many people love that movie and remember that movie, because they were young and they were scared.
Right.
And they just remember it.
Right.
I get so many letters from people saying,
Still.
saying, I loved you in Daughter of the Mind.
Right.
And I think that was such a great movie. And
Oh no, it's a
So-
wonderful film. I saw it when I was young, and there's a scene coming up which stuck in my head. I completely forgot about it until I reviewed the film again. And it's like, oh my goodness, I remember this when I was young, and it frightened me. It's coming up. You'll see it soon. You know what I'm talking about, I think. Anyways, let's talk about other things. You've done so many things. What is the one thing that stands out of all the things you've done
oh my goodness.
as your favorite? I know it's hard to choose, but you got to
hard.
pick one.
Oh my goodness gracious. I think it was a tie between Star Trek and The Odd Couple.
The Odd Couple. You played Edna.
Edna Unger, Tony
Edna
Randall's daughter.
Right.
And that was such a great cast. I mean, Jack Klugman, Tony
Right.
Randall, and they were exactly like their characters.
And
I mean,
hugely popular program.
oh, it was great. It was,
Right.
and I felt like I was truly Tony Randall's daughter. And she was supposed to be a lot like him, and
Right.
I was very finicky, like
Right.
Tony Randall,
Right.
and Felix. They were just wonderful to
Right.
work with.
Now, what was Tony Randall like in real life?
He would sing opera. You know, we filmed before a live audience.
Right.
So on Monday we would have a rehearsal, and we would read the script, and then we would block it. And by Friday, we were doing it in front of a live audience.
Right.
And Jack Klugman would come in jeans, and he'd bring bagels, and he was wearing casual clothes, just like he was in the series.
Right.
And Tony Randall was always in a coat and tie, and he would sing opera.
So
He's
just like the real characters.
just like the real
Oh,
characters.
goodness. Wow. Now,
And
doing
then-
the live part, was that difficult for you?
Well, it definitely was. It was definitely different from being on a set
Right.
with just one camera,
Right.
because then you do the close-up and the two-shot. Whereas this, you went through the whole show, and I think it was a little bit difficult for me at first, because you had to You had to be loud enough and expressive enough for the actual audience to hear you.
Right.
But yet you couldn't overdo it for the television audience.
Right.
So it was that fine line
Right.
between doing too much and too little. It was a challenge. I liked it.
It's a tough way, but I imagine it's wonderful for an actor to be put into that position where not only are you in front of an audience and in front of a camera, but you're in front of an audience and a camera.
Right.
That's like double duty.
Right. And the audience, when they laugh, when they're right there laughing at
Right.
you, it definitely
helps the
is.
performance, right?
It's great for your performance.
All right, well, speaking of performance, what do you say we get back to this film? And when we come back, I want you to tell me everything about this whole kiss with Clint Eastwood
And Star Trek.
and Star Trek. But I want to hear the Clint Eastwood one first. Okay. All right, off we go back to Daughter of the Mind. Some good stuff coming up. Don't go away.
Yeah, this is Rick. I'm over here in East Providence, Rhode Island. Love your show. I watch it all the time. I wish I could see it when it's on the television. I watch it on YouTube. Anyway, I think you guys are really good. Keep up the good work. Bye.
Hello, this is Livingston. Apparently, one of my newly acquired domestic duties is to request help for our show financially by asking you to visit our Patreon page. Your generosity will help keep Creature Features on the air, which I'm not entirely sure is a good thing. However, with only a few dollars a month from you, your kindness will allow us to continue creating new programming each week, which apparently some of you curiously enjoy. And should you have the desire to give even more, you might even receive a gift from Miss Tangella. I think not. Please visit the website below to learn more. Thank you.
Who does your hair?
I have a very, very nice gal who does it. But the curls...
Will she come work for me? No, I like your style. I think I should switch.
The curls are definitely mine. And
They are lovely curls.
I didn't think they were so lovely when I was young.
No, they're lovely now.
So
So
I
they would
would-
straighten your hair
So I would iron my hair.
with an iron.
With an iron, on an ironing board,
That
I would
sounds
do
cruel.
this.
My goodness.
Because
So
I wanted straight hair like yours. But now I'm happy with my curly
I
hair.
use a special device.
You
No,
do?
mine's wavy. I can predict the weather with my hair. No. If it's going to rain, my hair curls up like yours.
Yeah.
And if it's going to be windy, my hair blows. But that's because I'm standing outside in the wind. So I suppose it's not predictive. However, this film, there's a statue of you, a bust.
Right. Right.
Where is it?
Oh gosh, I wish I knew. I
You
wish
know,
I had
somebody-
that bust.
No,
But
somebody out there has it.
They did it by laying me down on a table.
No.
And they created a mold, and I had a little straw to
They
breathe
cast
through.
your face.
And they cast my face.
Well, in that bust, you have like a nice smile. Did they say smile with this? You poor
Yes.
thing. You're 10 years old going through torture. This like being waterboarded, right?
No, it's not like being
No.
waterboarded.
Oh, that's terrible. It must have been a nightmare. You're not claustrophobic, I take it.
No. I couldn't have been with that.
Yeah. Well, no, it's a wonderful thing. It's too bad somebody did not. They should have given it to you.
Oh, I wish.
Well, I think we should have a search for the bus, the missing bus. Like, it could be like a national challenge, right? If you know the location of that bus, write to Creature Features And then we're going to have a campaign to get it back to Pamelyn Ferdin.
That would be great.
No, it's her face.
But I hate to say it, I think it was wax, and so I don't think it's around anymore.
Somebody turned it into a giant candle and melted your head. That would be terrible. All right, I want to talk about these kisses you endured as a child. One from Clint Eastwood. This was in the script that he kisses you.
It wasn't in the script.
Oh, it was not?
No, and in fact, I don't think it would be allowed today.
Oh, definitely not.
I really think it was...
You were how old when this happened?
I think I was about 12.
12. And he
11
was
or 12.
He was 14 or 15 at least, right?
And he wanted to keep me quiet
Right.
because he didn't want the Confederates to find him.
No,
This
nobody
was during-
wants the Confederates to find you.
This was during the Civil War.
Right.
And he was fighting for the Union Army. And so a Confederate wagon with men were going by, and he thought that I'd yell out. And so instead of covering my mouth like that,
Right.
which the script had,
Right.
him covering my mouth, he kissed me right on the lips.
And so they use that in the film.
They used that, and I remember...
And the look of shock is genuine.
And I was like... I just couldn't believe it.
Wow.
And it was great. It was really great.
So everywhere you go, women are saying, oh, you're so lucky that Clint Eastwood kissed your face. Instead of dying from the Confederates, right?
I was too young, unfortunately, to appreciate it.
Right. No, I suppose. No, so that's not the only one. You also had a kiss from William Shatner.
Well, William Shatner, I just had the worst crush on him. And I would follow him all around. And I would watch him film his scenes. And he knew I had a crush on him.
Right.
And I think he was just so sweet about it that he thought, you know, I should give Pammy a little ring and ask her to marry me.
How
and
sweet.
so he did. He said, we should get married. And I said, yay, yay, yippee. And so he gave me a cigar band.
And so now you're officially wed. Do you think you could talk to him and get him to come on my show? No, he's refused every invitation I've given him.
That's not nice.
I understand he does not like my music.
Oh, really? I don't think so.
I think as his wife, you might be able to convince him.
Well, I
Give it a try.
if I knew how to get a hold of him, I would give it a try.
He's one of them type of husbands, eh? he's like he's a flight risk. I suppose he would be if he flies on the Enterprise, and now he flew on this other thing.
I know.
Did you see that? He went into space.
I know, and isn't he 90 years old?
No, Captain Kirk, I don't think has ever passed 60. I could be wrong.
I think he's 90,
He's
and he
90?
looks good.
90. Wow, that's a long time. All right, what do you say we get back to this film?
Good.
All right, off we go back to Daughter of the Mines, and when we come back, I've got a question I want to ask you about something neat. I can't remember it, but I'll remember it after the break. So, see you soon. Welcome back to Creature Features. If you're one of those late people, I don't know why they bother to tune in at this time of night. But if you're one of those late people and have no idea what you're looking at, we are watching a movie with Pamelyn Ferdin, who is in the movie. And yeah, Pamelyn Ferdin, I think it would be easier to list all the movies you were not in than it is to list all the movies you were in, right? And TV shows.
TV shows,
right.
Commercials,
And
voiceovers.
We never talked about commercials.
Oh, I did probably over 200 commercials.
My goodness. And the voiceover we're going to talk about in a second.
Yes.
The most famous one.
Yes.
But quickly, this film, so this whole hand thing in the fishbowl, that frightened me as a child.
It frightened me too.
No, okay, I thought it was a real arm.
And after the seance, after Mary is above everybody talking,
Right.
and then she disappears and she leaves this hand in that bowl filled with water. It was
Right.
really scary.
No, it was quite scary. Because you think she'd leave like a trout or something in a fishbowl, not an arm.
No, we don't want trouts in fish bowls.
No, we do not. We do not. However, a ghost trying to scare somebody might, right? Yeah. All right, a wax arm in the thing. And you're saying that during the break, that was not your cast of your...
That was not the cast. The bust was, but not
Right.
the hand. But
The
it was
hand looked too small.
it was scary.
Right.
That was one of the most scariest part of the whole movie.
No, it's disturbing because you don't see that too often in the 70s. Arms in fishbowls. Now, 80s, 90s, you would see that all the time, right?
Right.
But 70s, first time. So that was the first.
It was ahead of its time, I think. I think Daughter of the Mind was ahead of its time.
No, I think it was very much ahead of its time. But let's talk about Peanuts. And I'm not talking about the nutritious snack. I'm talking about Charlie Brown and Charles Schulz.
Yes.
You were the voice of Lucy.
Good grief, Charlie Brown.
She can still do it. Do it again.
Good grief, Charlie
Oh
Brown.
my goodness. You know, they should rehire you to keep doing it.
Well, you know, it's interesting because Charles Schulz said that I could have been doing Lucy when I was a teenager and a young adult because my voice was still the
Right,
same.
right.
But you know, they had 30 little girls try out for the voice of Lucy,
Right.
and I was one of them. And they sent all the recordings up to Santa Rosa,
Which is close to here.
which is close to here, and Charles Schulz listened to them all, and he chose me, and he couldn't have been nicer. I met him one time when he came down to Hollywood when we were recording, and he was just great.
That's wonderful. You know, we had the curator of the Charles Schulz Museum here.
Oh.
And we got all kinds of stories, but that was one that they did not tell us about you. So when he was listening to all these recordings, did he have names? Did he know, oh, I saw her on Bewitched, so I'm going to choose her?
I think he was just sent all the recordings, and he just listened to them all, and I really... He chose me, he said.
Right.
One of the reasons was because I wasn't playing Lucy as just a straight brat.
I mean,
Mean.
Lucy.
I didn't want to play Lucy as
Right.
mean. She wasn't mean. She was bossy.
Right.
She was headstrong.
Right.
She was smart. And she would get very frustrated with Charlie Brown.
of course.
But she wasn't mean.
Right.
And so I didn't play her as a mean little girl.
That's incredible.
And of course, she really loved Snoopy's kisses.
Of course.
She acted like she
Right.
didn't like them, but she liked
Right,
Snoopy's
right,
kisses.
Right. That's wonderful. All right, well, what do you say we wrap up this film? And then when we come back, we're going to find out how to learn more about Miss Pamelyn Ferdin and what you're doing next.
That's right.
All right, off we go to the end of Daughter of the Mind. Don't go away when you see the credits roll, because we're going to come back and it's going to be rude if you leave prior. Thank you.
This brief moment of tranquility has been brought to you by Nightscape. Relax and sleep better every single night with this and other videos from our free YouTube channel. Learn more by visiting nightscape.co today.
And so ends Daughter of the Mind. Did you know that it was going to end like this? With secret agents?
Yes,
Because you read the script.
I did.
Yeah, sometimes they don't give you the entire script, though, right? Sometimes they just give you your piece.
No, actually, I can't think of a time when they only gave me a piece of a script. I usually had the whole
right,
script, so I didn't understand it. I didn't
Of course.
understand
Because it had, like, political intrigue.
exactly.
Right.
And so I didn't understand that, but
But you knew you were not a real ghost.
I knew I was not a real ghost.
So as you were acting as a ghost, you said, this is strange because I'm not a real ghost, according to the end of this film.
I played myself as a ghost, as a real ghost.
You did a wonderful job.
I really felt like I was
Yeah,
a real
that whole
ghost.
daddy thing. I'm going to have nightmares about that tonight. The only thing I was missing was that childish piano ghost child music. You know, in all the ghost movies where they have children, there's that certain da-da-da-da-da type music.
Oh, yes, yes.
That's the only thing it was missing. It's sad. All right, what are you up to?
Well, I have a website, PamelynFerdin.com,
PamelynFerdin.com. I've been to this website. It's nice. Go check it out.
and I have a Facebook page, and I post clips and I post pictures from the different shows I've done,
Right.
and so that's fun.
And you recently did one from this film, right? I think it was a shot from the observatory, Griffith
Yep.
Observatory,
Yep.
where you filmed this, right? So exciting things on her Facebook page, and then you just go to Facebook and search Pamelyn Ferdin, right?
Yes,
Right,
and
yep.
then I have written a memoir,
You've written a memoir.
and it's
Did you bring me a copy?
it's not published yet. That's why if
You should let me proofread it,
Oh, maybe I should.
and I'll write an introduction.
Well, if you or anybody else knows of a publisher that'll get my book
all right.
out there, I'd love it.
We're going to start a new publishing, get Pamelyn published.
It really
thing.
is a good book. It starts when I was 3 years old, and just it talks about all the different things I'd worked on and the actors from Bing Crosby to Jack Benny to
We
Lucille
couldn't
Ball.
even cover all this in one show. You know, I was
It's-
telling her during the break, she needs to come back so we can cover like another 10% of your career in one episode of our show.
I worked a lot. I worked
quite a
all
bit.
the time I was working.
Right.
From age 3 to when I finally retired at about 21.
And you went on to do bigger and better things, though.
Yes, I became an animal rights activist.
That's good.
Yes,
No, animals have rights too.
they do.
They do.
And we're animals.
We are.
You're an animal.
No, I'm quite the animal. No, sometimes they won't let me back in the UK because they say, you're too much of an animal. You're too much of an animal for the Queen. You know, my mother is friends with the Queen.
Really?
No, and she says, you cannot come back until you behave. Because she's got to do the thing with Queen. So, doing the animal thing, are you part of a group? Do you own a group?
Well, I protested a lot about the cruelty inherent in circuses with animals.
Yes.
But they have now banned animals in circuses. So knock wood. That's great.
Just California, though, right?
Right, just
Right,
California. We need to get the other states to do it.
No, you know, and it's sad to see some poor animal be worked to death like that. You know, and then you go to like Cirque du Soleil that uses no animals.
Right.
They use people animals, and they're all happily fed and perfectly kept out of cages.
And I educate the public on adopting a cat or a
Right,
dog from a
right,
shelter instead
right.
of buying one.
Right.
So I'm doing a lot of
Both
different
noble
things.
causes. Right, no, good. We love our fluffy friends. As this Tangela, who lost a dog. Did you see her dog?
No.
Oh, he's running around here. It's a crazy dog. It's a little fluffy, like poodle type thing with a vicious bite. And he likes tearing off the limbs of Andrew, our sound man. But
And I'm vegan.
and as you should be.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
I should
vegan.
be as well. She's working on making me. She's vegan as well.
Oh, great.
Oh,
Good
she's
for you.
No, she's pure every vegan thing.
Oh.
She won't even eat with a plastic fork because there was some animal involved in that. So, all right, thank you so much for coming on our show and coming all the way up to watch this movie again. I hope it did not bore you.
It was wonderful.
The honor was entirely ours. Next time you're up, I'm serious, you've got to come and we're going to do another 10% of your career, right?
Okay, I will, because I have more to talk about.
You have plenty to talk about. As far as you guys go, come back next week, please. I don't know who we're going to have as a guest. It'll be somebody fun, not as fun as Pamelyn, but maybe the movie will be better. No, the movie will not be better either. So we will have another guest and another movie, but I cannot promise the quality of those as I could tonight. So we shall see you next week. Have a fun week. So, Pamelyn, I know for a fact that they considered you in the role in The Exorcist, and they did not use you because you were too popular.
Right.
But I'm wondering, if they were to offer you a similar role today, would you take it?
Good grief, Vincent.